thing you know, around baseball season, you're gonna be expecting a child. So I,
Yeah. Hey, hey. Hope the
nonetheless.
RailCats kids or at least one of the fans did. All right, good job.
He hits it high in the air. Left field. This one's got a chance. And let's go on a cowhide. Joyride. Sound the horn. The Railcats clear the yard.
I started it because I wanted to. So, well, welcome to the unorthodox opening to this show where Chuck said, "Hey, why don't you try an Australian accent?" I don't have one. So, there. If you guys want a little insight how we do things before the show starts, this is how it works. So, here's a little insight because on this week's episode of the Railcast Talk podcast, um, Chuck, what is there to talk about? I, I am the only thing that I can tell you that we can talk about is the baseball Champions League where Kane County fell to the Columbia team of Columbia in the semifinals where they lost 17 to 10 but beat them the previous game 19 to 15, and then the first game they played they won 16 to 14. So offensive production all over the place. Like that was for a person that had, I understand like for the American Association, like having a dog in the fight, but not having like the Railcats in it. Didn't really have a dog in the fight necessarily. So it was just kind of going back and relaxing and watching a game that just it felt like it should have been a drinking game. And that I would have fallen out of my chair by the first inning was over because the amount of scoring that happened in those games. And they were great games. Don't get me wrong. They were really fun games. I know Kane County fell back and came back and so on and so forth. I didn't really get to watch the semifinals that much with being at work, but the two games, game one and game two, being off and being able to watch it. I mean, I enjoyed them. It can show how rusty uh, King County is, but I think for them, I think this is a good starting point for them, and I'm surprised Dason Cruz has left Mexico because I didn't see any Mexican team be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sign that guy. I think what he went 7 for 7 in the first two games. I don't know what he ended with, but
He had a couple home runs.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, that guy's an absolute monster. Um, and I don't know what you do about that because I don't think he's going to get any worse.
no, like I said, and don't get me wrong, like it's gonna take a minute for pitching to get going. But realistically, King County faltered wasn't in their starting rotation. It was their bullpen. They were really good. Their starters were really good until the bullpen kind of came in, and it is what it is at that point. But if King County's starting, if I know some of their staff, especially the hitting portion of it, isn't their full staff, but if their pitching staff's going to be half or three-fourths talented, what we saw in the B, BCL, King County might repeat. That's just how that's how I viewed it. If their offense is like that, I know playing in Mexico City, the elevation's a little bit higher. Like that's where the balls were just going everywhere, and I know I think they're playing on turf, so the game in general played really fast. But it just made me excited for baseball, like knowing the players and
They said 2,000 feet higher than
yeah,
Denver.
yeah. I mean that's
He's
just
on the ball and it's a home run.
that's unreal. Just watching the off, I'm just like, man, that's just yeah. I, my my
Oh,
own my only complaint, though, here's my only complaint. All right, so it was on
if there were no
Fubo.
Railcats,
Well,
I
there's no
agree.
Railcats. I agree with that one, but it was on Fubo. Okay, so I have Fubo, so I didn't have to go to the American Association. But here's a couple things that I didn't understand. So Fubo, the game started at 3 o'clock Central Time, but on Fubo it started at 2 o'clock Central Time. So there was an hour before the game where there was nothing but just commercials.
That doesn't
That
sound
didn't line up at all. I'm like, what is this?
no,
So
that sounds
that was my only complaint on that portion, but everything else was great. Matt Yeasel and Carter Woodell, I think they did a phenomenal job down there. So hats off to them, getting
yeah.
to experience that. And I know King County's probably going to hit the ground running just because they were able to have those extra 3 games to play and coming
I,
off of that.
I definitely appreciated Carter
Hmm.
and Matt in their commentary was spot on. True. Carter's he's a gem.
Yes.
So listening to that was fantastic. Um, as far as the games went, uh, I mean, hey, reality is Kane County was at a bit of a disadvantage. These other teams play all the time,
Hmm.
and we haven't. But hey, they went out there, they gave it a good run. Um, it is what it is. It was a good for me. It was a good taste of baseball. Love watching Gally Cribbs Jr. out there playing, and stuff like that. Even though he did have a couple errors in the last game, but you know, seeing Dason hit the ball,
Hmm.
come on, like some of these guys are just monsters all of a sudden, or I should say undiscovered monsters, and just kind of makes you think what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I, I'm
These
typing
guys
it.
these guys are getting better, and we're like, what? They're going to be the hares, and we're going to be the tortoise,
Tortoises. Yep.
and we're going to stick to the tried and true 30 games, and hopefully we'll get there this year.
Well, you know, I was, so I was informed. I'll have to. I think it was infirmed. Um, that. Oh yeah. So the teams can carry 33 players to camp, and then can carry 27 for the first 7 days of the season.
Oh,
So, that was a new rule change that happened
nice.
in the off season. So, with that being said, we're sitting at 27 players right now.
Yeah.
And we are 25 days away from opening day.
You know what this is right here? Come on, you got this. You know what this is?
It's your finger.
This is the number of catchers we have on the roster
Oh,
right
yes. Yeah. And you were telling me before that you just got done talking to LG a little bit ago, and what you said the 27th is going to be reporting day, basically.
I think he said the 26th, 27th, he's going to be out here, something like that.
So 28th, 29th maybe potentially be reporting day.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
I think we're still a handful of players off from that 33. My math's not very good, and I don't do quick maths. But I
Yeah.
don't think 27 equals 33.
No, it doesn't, which means that in case for all the kids listening, that means there's seven
There. See,
spots
see,
available.
see,
Of those
and
seven,
and
at least one of them had better be a catcher, right?
yeah,
Probably this many for the people watching at home. This many is how many
I
you probably should have. Okay, that's two more catchers. Okay,
um. So here's a fun little game that I played after our last podcast. The
uh,
game of
you got a lot of time on your hands.
yeah, I do, but I really
When are
don't.
we going to
Like
talk about the important thing? The thing that was we were going back and forth about. When are
we
we going to talk?
listen. We cannot give the viewers, the fans, dessert before the dinner. Okay,
We could actually,
this
because
is
we're
the
not kids. We can
this
have
is the no.
fun.
We got to get through logistics
Okay.
before
All right.
um. This is the fun game of the 27 players we have. 15 are returning, and 10 of them are pitchers, and 5 of them are batters. And then the people that have not played uh, for us is 5 pitchers and 7 batters. With the spots that we still have to fill, I would like to see another catcher and maybe some pitchers that we didn't have last year.
So you say that, but can I play the devil's advocate here for a
You
second?
could play the devil's advocate.
If you could just answer this question for me, okay? Um, if we had the largest ERA last year, or let's say the second largest or the third largest, right? Whatever it was. Bringing back 10 of those pitchers, and then five other guys that I believe some of them might not even make the team, make the cut, right? You have to ask yourself, playing devil's advocate here, what do you expect to have happen this year?
The devil's advocate portion of it is that
Oh, wait a second. I got confused there.
all
Mine was the common sense part of it. I'm sorry.
all it was what were we given all year from anyone we talked to was the inconsistency of the team. So if we can stay consistent on the good portion of it, maybe that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe the consistency is just magically in 2025 is going to be there and we're going to go on a magical run.
See, I don't think you understand what the word consistency means. See, eventually, like let's say you have a vehicle, and
Yes.
let's say it starts one out of every three times you try to start it. Okay. You can say it consistently doesn't start. You can say it's inconsistent, but you could say it consistently doesn't start. I would feel safe in saying the thing never starts. Even if it's one time
I,
out of three that it starts, I could say the thing never starts. Okay. That's the way I look at the pitching staff. Is inconsistent? No. They were consistently inconsistent.
yeah, I see. The more I think about it, the more that hurts my brain, and the more I'm just not.
We were consistent.
I understand I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying if we're going to play devil's advocate in that circumstance, the glimpses of good that we had, if they outweigh the bad, and we could be more consistently good, maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe that's what the mindset is.
I I yeah, maybe. Maybe. Maybe he's sitting there saying, you know what? He heard online one time that in baseball, you can fail 7 out of 10 times and still be good. And he said, well, that's our record of being a railcat. We fail 7 out of 10 times. We must still be good. Didn't realize that that was with hitting and not with your overall winning percentage.
Well, nonetheless, Chuck, there's no player news going on. We're still.
I got something on Thursday by our buddy Thomas. He said that we are very um, nice in our criticism of the players and what have you of the RailCats. And I said to him, that's because if you bring somebody in that's known for hitting 200, you can't get mad at them for only hitting 200. You have to get mad at the people that brought him in expecting him to magically hit 400.
Well, Chuck, for those who couldn't see, a nail on the head. Um, on that, he hit the nail on the head. So,
So no new players.
no new players. The one thing that really would drive fans to the ballpark,
Hold on.
here. No, no, no,
Hold,
no.
we gotta step into this
Well,
the right way.
okay. I'm gonna step into this. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I was private messaged on my Facebook from one of my fellow uh, battle buddies that I served in the army with, right?
Okay.
And he said to me, "Hey, I'm planning on seeing a baseball game out that way. Do you have a game I should go to?"
Oh, and did you tell him he should go to Prince and Princess Night?
Well, I would tell him that if I knew the date.
That's true.
Anyways,
That's true.
I said,
Hard to make plans on things when you don't know when things are going on.
hey, I'm just saying I get my schedule. My schedule's not set. Okay. I get my schedule a month in advance.
Right?
Right. And it's easier for me to pick certain days to get off if
I
I
my
have
question
it.
my question to you, Kyle, is if we could just role play this a little
Okay.
bit.
Well, we'll play. We'll
Okay,
play. Okay.
is that I pretend I am Kyle, and you pretend you are Kyle's manager,
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
I am Kyle, and I go up to my manager and I say, Manager, I need to have Prince and Princess Day off. And your response is what?
Uh, what is Prince and Pirates Night?
There you go. Whatever it is, right?
Princess,
Princess
Pirates and
Pirate.
Princess. Anyways, what are you
When
talking
is it?
about? When is it?
When is it? Well, it's sometime during the season. This is
Uh,
where you say, okay, when?
yeah, when?
Uh,
Um,
don't know. Just know that I have to let you know that I need the day off, but they haven't told me when it is yet.
anyways, going back to my story,
Is that where I, as Kyle, would be fired?
yeah, that he would scratch his head and going, yeah, okay, no. Um, he asked me. I said I wasn't sure what game to necessarily go to because it's all speculation of how the players will play anyways. But I knew for sure, I said, you want to go to a Friday night game because that was the only game I knew that there was going to be some kind of, what's the key word here, Chuck?
Promotion.
Promotions. Yes, that's the only time of promotion I know any sort of promotions. Right now, we are guaranteed at
No,
least
no.
three or two promotions and one promotion night that we know is going to be in the bag. That is going to be opening day with we get the
What what
magnetic. Oh, I
what are we
guess
gonna get? What are
what
we gonna get on opening day?
we're gonna get magnets
We're gonna
of the
get
schedules.
magnets. Now remember, like what was it like? We looked at things where we got big posters that had these awesome calendars on it that showed you everything that was going on. Remember that? And we saw that. We said, "Wow, this is so cool." Instead, I'm going to get a 2 inch by 3 inch
Could
magnet.
could you imagine this green screen I have right here that I can touch the field with? Instead
Right?
of it being the field, maybe I take a picture of the promotion of, or I can even have the poster there, so we have the
Right.
schedule behind me.
You know what I want you to do? When we get it the first day, I just want you to get rid of that whole thing.
Okay.
Just put a black screen and a little magnet, a 2 inch by 3 inch magnet right back there over over your left shoulder, just so that the fans can zoom in, put their spectacles on, and see, oh, yep, Princess and Pirates Night.
Now, before we get any further, I do want to say this is all in good fun. Okay, this isn't a necessarily jab because I understand there's logistics behind it. So
Wow.
I don't want anyone, mostly Joe, thinking that we're just going off the rails here. We're just having we got nothing better to talk about,
Okay.
right? So
Well, time out, time
you
out.
take the time out.
The wonderful thing about jokes, right, is that there's that much
It's all fun and
honesty
games.
into it, right? So it's we're joking, we're having fun, but there is a little bit of frustration.
Well,
We don't know what the heck's going on yet.
and like you said before, we look forward to the promotions, but I look forward to again when you get those questions of, hey, I want to go to a RailCats game. What game should I go to?
I've I've
And
got I've got 7 or 8 people right now on my phone waiting for me to tell them or to look at their schedule compared to our schedule and say, hey, these are the Railcat games to go to. Bark in the Park. Got somebody with 2 dogs that, hey, when's Bark in the Park? I'll make a trip out there. Guess what?
don't know
No
what that is.
clue. You know,
The thing is not everyone necessarily works a 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday, and some of us, right, do have to work on the weekends. And some of us would just like to know when I can get my 2025 jersey because like I told Chuck before, the number 25 has always resonated with me. So with this year being 2025, I would expect the jersey to have the 25 on the back of it. That was
right.
the first Railcast jersey I bought was 25. So I'm just saying,
I think that I understand that there's a lot of cogs turning in this whole thing, right? But I find it to be very sad that Kyle, you who only are going to get to go to maybe two baseball
Yeah.
games this year, possibly for the rest of your life after you have kids. So you're trying to pick the two that you'll be able to go to for the rest of your life. This is the end of baseball for you in person, and you can't even pick out two games because you don't know
And
what is
it and you know what they're gonna do to me? I know as soon as I say this was gonna happen, right? I'm gonna want that jersey, right? And they're going to tell me that this is going to release like this Saturday before the 17th of August, which is my wife's due date. So
right.
like, they're gonna release it around the time that the baby's born. So it's just like, ah, that's a really big you to Kyle. Like,
Yep.
yeah, screw that guy. All in good fun.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately. So
Here's my thing is like I understand you don't necessarily want to put out a promotions.
hold on one second. What's that, Joe? You were just waiting to find out when the due date was so that you could make sure to get your jersey out at that time. Okay, but yep, we're on that. We're on that.
I understand that you necessarily don't want to put out a promotion schedule without like if you are like the Princesses and Pirates night, like you it's already confirmed we're gonna have it, right? If
Maybe.
you don't if you don't have a quote unquote sponsor ready for it, but at least still put it out. Like give us the core dates. Like come on. You know you're gonna have a union night. You sold
I
out
feel,
last year.
I feel bad if they're like right now if they're struggling for sponsors and that's the holdup. I feel bad. We're doing something wrong. Well, we lost 70 games last year, so yeah, I guess I could understand it. But yeah, if your holdup right now is because of sponsors, like okay, you know,
I'm just I don't like I said that stuff is not relayed to us, and I don't think that stuff's ever gonna be relayed to us. Probably for the better. Um, again, just
yeah. I maybe, I mean, just go into this narcissistic part of my world that maybe the whole reason why they haven't is so that we have nothing to talk about.
yeah, maybe they're just like, you know what?
That's super
We
high.
we've tried for three years, 4 seasons to shut
Get
this
rid of
guy
this guy.
down,
Yeah,
and
we're just gonna stop. We're not
and
even in season anymore until this guy shuts up.
and they played the cruel trick of getting my wife pregnant somehow. Um,
Well, I
during
there's
during
there's
the scene.
there's conspiracy theories on that.
There's some
Um,
weird conspiracy theories going on about that one.
right.
It just I don't know. It happens that we're told that you're more likely not gonna have kids, and then next thing you know, around baseball season, you're gonna be expecting a child. So I
Yeah. Hey, hey. Hope the
nonetheless.
RailCats can't score. At least one of the fans did. All right. Good job.
Oh no. Well, if we haven't shut ourselves down yet, there's the nail in the coffin. So I'm gonna edit this down. I'm gonna put it out, and next thing you know, the promotion schedule is gonna come out, and I'm like, all right, well, where's the lighter, and here's the note card, and I'm gonna burn the
That's
podcast because that's just where it's gonna be at that point.
all right. Hey, the good news is there was good news this week. That I did pick up this wonderful chair
Yes.
that is a baseball leather glove style or color chair, which I absolutely had to have. And I told my uncle about it. Uh, Nobody probably knows this, but I am actually getting a massage right now while I am on the podcast, which is making me very happy. And I told my uncle, and he was very jealous of this nice chair. It gets cold here, and it's actually even heated. So yeah, warming it up. Um, so that was the good news for this week.
Yeah. Well, how did you do in bowling?
I got a leather chair. Uh, that was the extent of my fun in this week. Bowling sucked. We do get to we're on what Tuesday, so this Thursday is our last week,
Hmm,
and we get to face the RailCats again.
nice.
Yeah,
Who's winning it all?
not us.
I didn't know if
Uh,
you had an
um,
idea.
the team that we faced last week is in second place. There's another team that's kind of running away with it. But here's the good thing. Some of these teams don't even know who the RailCats are. They just looked for a league, found it, and uh, now those people are looking at going to baseball games.
Hey,
So, I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about it. You know, you can get some more people from the region to head on out and check it out. It would be nice if you could tell them a good day to go to a game, but you know, it's not happening right now.
well, just like this just like the promotion schedule, we don't know when to end this podcast. So
Oh, you got to edit this out, so most of the stuff's gonna be gone anyway. So it's gonna be a 10-minute podcast.
yeah,
So you said how many promotions do we know? We know baseball cards at the end of the season, right, or
yep.
towards the end of the season. We know magnets,
Hmm.
woohoo, magnets at the beginning of the season. We know there's gonna be a jersey at some point in time. Will there be a trucker hat? Uh,
Probably. Oh,
well,
not
there'll
some.
be.
Yeah, there's gonna be a trucker hat. Um, maybe some peanut butter,
Be nutty.
peanutty.
I don't think so. They didn't have any last year. It was the year before that they had it.
Oh, yeah. And
Oh boy. Do you think that there's going to be a change in the food? We got uh
did
oh, you're looking it up.
uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Let's see here. Did they fill?
Did they change on the main page that our favorite thing at this ballpark is Ben's pretzels?
Oh, not that.
Oh,
I'm seeing if they filled the they did fill it. It's not there anymore. So they did find someone for the head for um
good food.
food. But there is a ground crew internship if anyone's available still up there.
Yeah.
Um you will you'll have to mow, edge, fertilize, pesticide, maintenance of clay surface, maintenance of warning track, maintenance of mound and plate, and other duties assigned. General responsibility and expectations. First bulletin point: have fun. So you just always want to make sure you have fun, and be excited to work in a
That's
professional sports environment.
yeah, that's a lie though. Because if they really wanted you to have fun as part of the grounds crew, they would let you slip and slide.
Here's what everyone wants to do, right? Assist with all tarp pulls, which may include non-game days,
Right.
weekends, or holidays.
Right.
So I don't know what sounds more appetizing.
If there's an opportunity for a slip and slide, I'm in, but not if it's a weekend where you're supposed to be off and they're calling for, some rain and you got to go in and pull the tarp and they don't let you slip and slide. That to me seems like that probably should be outlawed.
I don't disagree with you, Chuck. I don't disagree. Do you have anything else for this week?
Oh boy. Um, no.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. Still no promotions. Still the same team as last year. And this is the RailCats Talk Podcast. He's Chuck Polarek, and I'm Kyle Svetich. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening when you're watching this. Go Cats.
Go kids.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Wrap this one up in green and